All right, this is looking good. Um, I think you probably want this to not intersect the gloves. I mean, since we're not going to see that, you might just, let me just turn on symmetry. I'm holding down W, left mouse click, symmetry, symmetry. And then, oh, that's interesting that the hands aren't, so maybe it's more about the placement of the hands. But either way, you could delete that because we're not going to see it. But maybe, just going to put D and X, middle mouse drag. Just going to duplicate that. Um, just change this. Oh, that's not working. Let's just freeze transformation on this first. Modify, freeze transformations, duplicate, and scale -1. Okay, well that solves that, although I would say it's still at a bit of a funny angle, so you might want to look at that. Yeah, I think the arm could use a little more shaping and a few more edge loops. I think, oops, maybe scaling that in a little bit. This one too, I guess the elbow is supposed to be here, is it? We just isolate this for a minute. Um, or is it? Yeah, I guess it's there. Maybe you want to pull out a point or two back here to give a little bit more of an elbow. And I don't know, I sort of feel like we're maybe still a little short of geometry in the shoulder, but might be enough. I feel like this area could come up a little bit. Just hitting B for soft select and kind of, so it sort of, whoops, rolls into the shoulder shape a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are sticking out so much here. B to turn off soft select again. Oh, and there's some extra little row of faces here. We probably don't want that. Okay. Not really liking how stretchy that is. It could be that you take shift right mouse click, slide edge, and just slide this down. I'm just trying to kind of average out that distance a little bit. And then you also have this tight one. I think this, could be evened out a little bit. And you could even, what you could probably do is just scooch all these down and then probably deserves another loop here, just to even out the topology some. And then, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like you're a little short of detail. Whoops. Here, I wonder if we can just deselect this. Whoops, I've got this extra faces here. Is that sufficient? Do we take off? Yeah, I took off too much. Well, anyway, just don't do that. I'm not gonna. It's easy enough to rebuild, but slide edge. It's looking a little more even to me. obviously fix that. Whoops. Okay. And I feel like the pants need to be finished off. Just scaling these to flatten those out a little bit. Move that back some, and then maybe kind of round this out a little bit. Spread these out some. And then, yeah, you'll need to do something with the top here. Maybe take this edge, Control E, turn off symmetry, R for scale, move that in, and maybe move it down. Control E again, move it down a little bit. Maybe put a holding edge on the top here and there to give it a little bit of shape, and then see how that looks. And I think you need to kind of just very carefully scooch that all in. I mean, it might be able to take an edge here, B for soft select, and then R for scale, and then kind of scoot that in. But then you'll probably, you'll have to just manually. Oops, I should put symmetry back on. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, these are really blocky, these boots. I would, you probably have actually more geometry than you need here, but I think they just look too squared off, so I think spend some time. What is that? Oh yeah, those are penetrating there, so you'll want to, adjust the position of that. And then, what's the deal with these? Do we need that? Why does it stop there? It's interesting. Oh yeah, there's some like extra weird surface thing going on here. Let's see if mesh cleanup can help with that. And this kind of wing out here is weird, and there's some little issues around there. Yeah, there's a few kind of gummed up things on this surface, this part of the heel. Let's just isolate this for a minute. Let's try mesh cleanup on this first. Mesh cleanup options under remove geometry, check all these guys, clean up. And let's see if, okay, that solved that little problem there. I can see now because the loop is going all the way around. But then it stops here. I wouldn't have it stop in a five-sided face like that. And actually the topology on the back here is pretty sparse anyway, so you could probably spread this out a little bit and maybe scooch these guys in and Control Shift X, add that to there just to complete this. Control Shift X, this to that, and that's a little better. But then you still, I think the big thing is to, what? I'm just trying to figure out how this is. Oh, they're not connected at all. There's like a whole separate top and a whole separate bottom. I think it'd be easier just to have it one continuous surface, because there's that big gap in there. I'm just going to do mesh separate and delete this off, and then I'll probably start cleaning this up. So I'm going to take this, probably scale this flat. Oof, what is going on here with that funniness? Just going to circularize this first of all. Twist that to be straight. And maybe the same with this. Maybe that'll help sort out what the heck's going on here. Something very not nice is going on here. I'm just going to take out this whole row of faces so I can... Oof. You know what? I'm just gonna, because the problem starts down here somewhere. Um, yeah, this area is not so good. Just gonna take that one out, and then let's try to get this Control Shift X, get that back to here. This, I guess, to that, and see if I can make this not a triangle. Shift right mouse click delete edge. Yeah, there's just a lot of shift right mouse click delete edge, just messy stuff going on in here. And this is a problem too. That area is really... I don't know. I'm just trying to sort that out a bit. That's not a very good thing going on there. Oops. Just turn off symmetry for a minute. It's just, there's just a lot of messy, weird things going on with this shoe. Just gonna delete that. Okay, that's starting to get a little bit better. Um, oh yeah, what is this strangeness here? Oh, some other little triangle there. Um, if I take that out, that seems better. Guess. Okay, it's starting to be less problematic. And then I might just take this and circularize that. See how, no, there's something really, oh, here's another triangle situation, or, oh no, that is a four-sided face, but they kind of come and meet there, huh? Wonder why. Because of that. I think what I would do is, put that in here. Something like, and then have this go around and then have this connect to that. And then kind of break these up a little bit. So let's just scale these in towards each other and just have this, oops, take out this edge. So shift right mouse click delete so we don't have that bit coming together. I'm gonna mirror this again anyway. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of problems with the boots. So it's starting to look like something. let's good time to kind of re-mirror this, or try to. Let me delete this side. Let's see. Okay, and let's just D and V and snap it. Let's say the front here, and I'll put X, middle mouse drag, put that on the origin, and let's select these verts along the center line, and make sure this little interface is open here, absolute transform. We'll make sure remove mode 0 in the X direction, right mouse click object mode, shift right mouse click mirror options, cut geometry is off, combine with originals on, merge with border vertices, custom 0.001 mirror. Okay. So at least we've got most of the geometry issues fixed now, and then just wanted to kind of circularize that if it's not going to freak out. Yeah, not that you want it to be a circular shape, but it kind of sort of a quick way to even out the topology and get a little bit better of a starting point for the shape of that. And then if you want it, more square, it still can be. So let's turn on symmetry. You can square it off somewhat. And then build up the boot from here. So whoops. Do that T, and then see if it does. Sometimes it doesn't like to put those divisions in. I wonder if it's because symmetry's on. T to get that back. No, it just doesn't like that. But yeah, maybe I'll scale this out a little bit more. Put a few divisions in here, give that more shape, and then build, extrude out the top to build the fold over from there. Yeah, so there's a lot to fix on the boot. The hands look really good. This is a bit getting pretty chunky and stuff. You might, see, look how big and long and stretched these faces are. You might want a few more loops and even out the topology, and don't have such a crazy shaped loop here. I'm just going to hit D and rotate this, and then D again, and then scale it to kind of flatten that out. And then you could add a couple more loops in here, and then go and shape those to get a little bit more shape. And then yeah, I'm a little bit concerned again about how extremely pulled these faces are. So, because what I would tend to do is not just pull faces really far, but instead kind of extrude out more geometry where it's needed there. But yeah, overall good progress on this.